Welcome to another Gigguk reaction video. So usually I don't really post these kind of reactions to other content creators videos unless it's like very relevant to my channel. But first of all, I watched the first video. This is of course When an Anime Leaves You Speechless part 2. I watched the first part even before I started my channel, and it's one of my favorite like Gigguk videos. It's not like, you know, one of his seasonal or end of year videos. So I was like, you know what, I really want to watch the second one. So I was like, you know what, might as well record a reaction to it. I also didn't have any other anime releases scheduled for today on the channel. So I was like, you know what, let's keep the streak of daily uploads going with this one. So that's also part of the reason. But yeah, as I said, I really liked the original or the first part of this video. I don't think I've ever, by the time that I watched that, I don't think I've watched many of the anime that he talked about in that one. But let's see if this changes with this one, because I feel like he's going to be talking about some cool stuff, as always. Also, make sure to go and check out, obviously, the original video down in the description. And I think that's what I wanted to say about it. So let's just see what he has to talk about in this video. So let's go into Gigguk's When an Anime Leaves You Speechless Part 2. Kaliba! My girl!
Search up great anime moments in Google, and I swear you'll see the same 20 iconic scenes on every list. Goku goes Super Saiyan, Gear 5, Erwin's speech. These are all iconic moments.
Yeah, these are the most iconic ones.
For a reason. But sometimes there are moments in anime.
Oh, Devilman Crybaby.
Might not exactly tick all the boxes for what people count as
Sorayori.
iconic. Scenes that I rarely see talked
Oh,
about.
Taxi, I love this
another,
anime so much.
I cannot forget. And about 2 years ago, I made a video talking about a collection of such scenes, but that was a longer video and I had so much more I wanted to still talk about. So here I am with another one. Are these necessarily the most iconic, the most famous, or maybe even the most talked about scenes from their respective shows?
Let's see.
No. Is this video just
have I
my
seen
excuse
any
to
of
talk about
them?
a bunch
Let's
of anime
see.
I love, but don't have enough to say to make a full video?
Zenshu, wow.
Maybe, but just let me have this one, okay? Look, here's Songjin Woo. He has
Woo!
Aura. Ooh.
Yeah, he does.
Arise. There, I talked about solo leveling. Again, I'm obviously going to be
Good.
spoiling the scenes
Good.
I talk about, so I'll be sure to mention the exact show and episode before I talk about
I'm gonna
them.
skip
But
it
you
if
can
it's
also
one
be a
of the anime
degenerate
that I'm gonna
like
be
me
probably
and decide
watching
to
on the
watch some
channel.
shows based on some out-of-context scene you discover on YouTube Shorts. But this is going to be way better than that, I swear. You're not even going to need the Secret Grindset song in the background to watch them.
Was
So
that
before we
Daily
get to
Lives
the
of High School
first
Boys?
scene, I wanted to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor.
5 scenes, let's see.
Anime flashbacks. Love them or hate them, you're going to see them. A lot of them.
Let's think. Which flashback is really iconic? Which flashback is really iconic? Okay, recently, Ave Musica episode, what was it, like 10 or 11 or whatever, the Uika episode with the entire flashback. That was so well done because they did an entire flashback in a play format, like a theater play format, and they made a full-on play out of a flashback. That was a really good one. Which one was also good? Honestly, I think that's the only one that I can remember from the top of my head. Let's see.
They come in all shapes and every genre of anime you can think of.
The
and
Naruto
it is
music.
hard to just pick one
love
to
this
talk
song.
about. So I'm just going to pick one that left a lasting impression on me while capturing
Let's see.
everything the series is about. The ice skating scene from Death Parade, episode 11.
I
An
watched that
elevator
parade. I don't
opens.
remember it.
Sorry. No! A lift opens.
Lift,
You
of
emerge
course.
into a bar with another person. You have no memory of how you got there, what you were doing before, or where you are now. A well-dressed gentleman greets you and tells you,
Oh, the goat.
so, 2 dead people walk into a bar.
Oh, sorry. I'm already
Okay, and
laughing.
what's the joke?
He's just stating the facts.
You're then told you have to play a series of games with your life on the line. No
What a
spoiling.
great
As you
anime.
do, visions, memories slowly emerge, stopping you in your tracks as you begin to realize that you are dead. Everything you know is gone, and all these fun games you're playing will determine whether your soul is going to heaven or hell. And then it hits you. What is this? Some kind of
Squid Game.
death parade?
Oh.
Everybody, put your hands up.
Hey!
Death Parade was a series that'll give you more existential dread than 5 minutes on the shitter with an out-of-battery phone. A show that truly put the die in Dai
Good one.
Jobu, where a bunch of smiley bartenders get to decide whether your soul is
Yeah.
worth going through eternal damnation because you can't hit a single triple 20 in darts.
Oh, I would be horrible at
This
this.
is the game you'll be playing today.
I'm so bad at darts. Oh no. Don't play Imagine Dragons.
I'm already in hell, aren't I? Yep. But there's one person who seems like an anomaly for the entire series, who, unlike the rest of the staff, seems oddly human. She questions the whole process, brings doubt into every judgment, and pretty soon you figure out that she's not like the rest of them. But then the question lingers throughout. Who is she? Where did she
She's
come
not like
from?
the other girls.
Where did she go? Where did
Joe?
you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? The series holds and holds right up until episode 11, where it finally pulls the trigger,
I don't
revealing her
remember this
backstory
at
in a
all.
manner that has stuck with me to this day. One scene, one track, no dialogue, just a single beautiful performance. The song starts and you think, my personal favorite genre of music, emotional damage. Through this ice skating scene, we are told everything we would ever need to know. A story of a simple girl who fell in love with a sport, intertwined with a simply spellbinding performance. It's just beautiful. I think what I love about the scene is the symphony of conflicting emotions that come with it. The happiness, the melancholy, the fulfilling sense of emptiness, all working in tandem with this hauntingly beautiful track. Through 5 minutes, this one scene captures what 10 episodes of Death Parade had done previously without uttering a single word. And as you get more and more absorbed with her performance, you can't help but fight this feeling of dread. You know where she is. You know what this show is about. The dread lingers and lingers, building up to the climax of her performance, of her story, of her entire life, until eventually it all comes crashing down.
Oh, I don't remember this at all, man. Wow. Okay, I watched Death Parade, like, probably like close to 10 years ago, like probably around the time when it came out. What was it, like 2016, somewhere around there? I don't remember anything from it apart from the opening and the concept of it. I don't remember any single moment from it though, because it's been so long. I remember loving Death Parade though. I don't remember this moment at all, like in the slightest though. I need to rewatch that series actually. I do need to rewatch it. But that sounds so cool. Like just showing a flashback in a sense of, you know, this kind of performance. I always love like a unique way to tell a flashback. And also like knowing what kind of place this is, knowing what kind of story this is, and just feeling that dread of, oh no, you know? I really like that. Huh.
This one's really going to split the age.
I completely forgot about that.
This video. Our childhood years are some of the most formative years of our lives, and there have been moments in anime that have formed a collective core memory for the generation of kids watching them. The pure shock as Pikachu cried while Ash turned into stone.
Oh, this is my
excitement
childhood.
Seeing Yugi using Exodia against Kaiba. But the one scene that brings that wave of nostalgia while still fully holding up no matter how much older I get is Omnimon's transformation from Digimon the Movie. How do I even set the stage for this?
I watched Digimon the Movie when I was a kid. I don't remember it at all. I remember it was actually a really good movie. I don't remember it though. I remember having it on like DVD.
Yeah, it's 2000.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me.
It's the turn of the millennium. People are freaking out over Y2K, and about 40% of you watching this right now have not even been born yet. The mainline TV series is over, the world has been saved, and our protagonist's journey have come to an end. But then, out of nowhere, comes a sequel movie directed by Mamoru Hosoda, who would go on to become one of the most critically acclaimed directors anime has ever seen. Yeah,
I did not know
that, Pokemon kids? I don't know why I'm still trying to fight this fight. We had no.
I'm watching you. I'm a Pokemon kid. Pokemon is like leagues above. Okay, I'm not gonna trigger anyone. I don't care what you like.
Okay.
This movie was far too good for any kid to truly appreciate, and looking back, I swear it's the most millennial-coded shit anime has ever seen.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on.
This is a real scene in the movie. I am not joking.
Wait, what?
He's tone deaf.
So here, when a brand new super evil villain appears, most
Maybe
of the
I watched a
OG team
different
is
Digimon
busy,
movie.
Save for these
I don't
four,
remember
and
this.
also Sora, but she didn't want to contribute because being useful would be out of character for her.
Stupid tie.
Enter
So she's a Sakura?
Boromon, a Digimon computer virus hybrid. Since McAfeemon and Nortonmon weren't installed and people didn't know any better than to open files in an email from a Nigerian prince, Boromon starts fucking everyone up. And I mean everyone.
Okay, I did not
Nothing
watch this
with an
movie.
internet connection is safe. The phones are dead. He's launched some nukes and nobody can seemingly stop him. He destroys the two heroes' most powerful Digimon, leaving them closer to death than you'd ever seen as a kid. And to add insult to injury, he's made over 1 million copies of himself when our heroes could barely manage to make it out alive when there was just one of him. My brain could not comprehend how they were going to get out of this situation. There was no hope. There were no more options. And that's when this happens.
Digivolve!
Wait, they're combining? They're fucking combining!
Part War Greymon. Part Metal Garurumon. They digivolve together to become...
Omnimon!
Look, I'm pretty sure there is something coded into
Wild.
every young boy's DNA to find the concept
Fusion!
of two or more things combining to make even bigger, more powerful thing the most exciting thing ever. So imagine how it was as a kid to see the two most iconic Digimon coming together to make an even cooler one whilst an epic orchestral version of the theme song plays in the background. Then right after, he parries a million attacks while ska music starts playing as Omnimon starts deleting all the enemies on screen while shouting the sickest attack names ever.
Transcendent Sword! Supreme Cannon!
I remember back then,
gonna talk
a
after.
girl, an actual girl, gave me a completely unprompted, genuine compliment.
What?
And this shit was still my highlight of that
Oh,
year.
okay.
This, right here, seeing the
Yeah, that makes
explosions
sense.
fill up the screen, Omnimon cemented himself as being the coolest thing I'd ever seen. Finishing things off with the hypest attack battle cry in this entire movie, which somehow isn't Transcendent Sword or
It looks so
Supreme
good,
Cannon.
though.
It's fucking Izzy shouting,
You got mail!
if the cultural significance of that is lost on you, it's like watching fucking
You've
Gojo
got
gearing
mail.
up for the killing blow, but then coldly saying some shit like "skibidi toilet," and somehow
Jesus
making that
Christ,
moment
it is
hit.
like that.
Digimon the Movie was an absolute fucking enigma for a kids movie. It was so bloody good that Mamoru Hosoda would need to remake it again, twice.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I haven't seen neither Food Wars nor Food Wars. No, Summer Wars. Sorry, Summer Wars nor Bell. I heard that they're basically the same movie. Reskinned. Yeah, I actually haven't seen anything from Mamoru Hosoda. I just know the name because he's like a legendary director nowadays, right? But I haven't seen this Digimon movie. I've seen, I don't know, maybe it wasn't even a movie. Maybe it was just a random episode that I had on DVD, where they were like on some kind of like mountain, I remember. And that's all I remember from it. They were like on a mountain, camping at night. And that's all. Yeah, that's all I remember from that movie or Digimon bit. But what was I gonna say? Oh, I found really interesting how the differences between the Pokemon fanbase and the Digimon fanbase, because here he's saying like how cool it is to see like, you know, fusions and stuff like that. Whereas in Pokemon, everyone that I've ever heard speaking about like Pokemon fusion and stuff like that is just praying that they never dip into the territory of Pokemon fusion. Granted, that is more so, you know, related to Pokemon and Trainer fusion as opposed to two Pokemon fusing together. But still, I always hear just people absolutely terrified of Pokemon ever going into like a fusion territory, and nobody wants it, or at least the people that I've talked to, which is really interesting, like an interesting dichotomy there. Naruto. Oh, what are we doing? Oh.
When we think anime action scenes, 90% of the time we think fights, hand-to-hand combat, sword fighting, ridiculous anime superpowers where they give a fighter some, I don't know, corrosive breast milk they fire using hair shaped
What?
like hands to squeeze
That sounds
down
like
into
a
their chest.
JoJo fight.
That's a real power.
Oh.
And yet the average Baki fan would call that normal. In terms
Yeah.
of anime fights, there are too many examples to count of moments that have taken my breath away. But what we don't see too often in anime is getting down and dirty with some more gritty action. I'm talking John Wick, Die Hard, old school 80s action movies, and in that vein, no singular moment of action has sold me faster on a show than the Apache helicopter standoff.
What?
Black Lagoon, Episode 2. Black Lagoon is an
Am I ever gonna watch Black Lagoon? I've never seen it, but I'm probably gonna watch it at some point. You know what? I don't think that's too big of a spoiler. It's episode 2.
anime I don't hear too many people talk about nowadays, and I realize that's because it is now as old to modern day anime coming out today as the original Dragon Ball is to when Black Lagoon first started airing. This was the no bullshit action show, following the lives of modern day pirates living in a place where the average resident wakes up to a city in tatters, having to spend every single day fighting for their lives because PvP is permanently turned on.
Fair enough.
I think I know a bloke who lived there once.
Birmingham!
If you like
Birmingham.
John Wick, well,
Classic
imagine
Birmingham.
a world where there are dozens of them, except they are all crazy hot anime girls with enough screws loose to assemble a fucking IKEA dining table.
So
And
that's just
was
Licorice
absolute
Recoil.
crack to my teenage brain. I'm pretty sure this show single-handedly ruined my taste in women before my prefrontal cortex had fully developed, and I have never recovered since. It's in your face, politically incorrect, pushing your sense of disbelief to its limits with enough explosions
Oh, you love to
finish
hear
off a
it.
Michael Bay Goonie sesh.
Hell
If the
yeah.
Rule of Cool was a series, this was it, and it only took 2 episodes for one scene to let you know exactly what kind of ride you were about to get on. Let me set the scene. It's episode 2. Our crew is on the run from a bloody attack helicopter and they are pinned down inside of a mangrove. It's a dead end. They've got nowhere else to run. Armed with a simple ship with no anti-air capabilities and the prospect of having to go face to face with a helicopter with enough firepower to become part of NATO, things are looking dicey. That is, until the newest crew member comes up with a suggestion proving that somehow, in a city with mercenaries, gangster leaders, shotgun nuns, and a bloody man from Florida, no one is more insane than a repressed Japanese salaryman with nothing to lose.
This boat's armaments and speed, that sunken ship we passed, I'm pretty sure we have everything we need.
Hell
So
yeah.
we go face to face with these guys.
Are you retarded?
The boat
Oh,
sets off.
whoa,
You start thinking,
whoa,
no,
hello?
surely. They will, right?
Whoa,
At this point,
that-
your posture changes from this
That's
to
wild.
this.
Lock in.
About to get fucked, baby.
The anticipation continues to
What the
build.
fuck?
The adrenaline starts pumping. As the
I was
boat
not
gets
expecting
closer and
that.
Closer. You hear,
300 feet to go.
no way this is happening. Nah, no way.
150.
Holy shit, they're doing it. They're actually fucking doing it.
100.
Is this really happening? And
Bro! Bro! Bop! That's wild. Was that the actual official dub, by the way? Is that the
That
official dub?
is how to sell me
I want to
on the
watch it
show.
dubbed. That sounds sick. Okay, are we going into a Yu-Gi-Oh? Yu-Gi-Oh bit here? Honestly, if that's the official dub, I kind of want to watch it dubbed if I ever do watch it, because that sounds so much fun. Like, it sounds like it's such a fun, like, mid-2000 show. Obviously, like, when you watch a mid-2000 show, especially if it's, like, kind of, like, political and stuff like that, it ages so poorly that it's always just such a pleasure to watch. Sometimes, obviously, it's, like, unnecessarily edgy and stuff, but I feel like it can be a fun time capsule. I feel like at some point, I want to watch it.
How do you introduce a villain? Well, anime has taught
boy,
us that you
Dio.
have many options. Aura, dropping them in the moment you least expect it.
Bro,
Aura, having them
what
solo
an
an
episode.
entire army of people by themselves. Aura,
Yep.
give them the most badass theme song you can think of. Aura. Oh, and
Yeah,
how can I
yeah.
forget? Aura. But
Aura.
the one introduction I will never forget is
Psycho-Pass?
Shogo Makishima's from Psycho Pass episode.
I'm not watching this. I'm skipping this one, guys. I'm gonna watch Psycho-Pass at some point. Because it is a Gen Nobuchi show. I remember watching Madoka and people recommended Psycho-Pass. And it's been on like one or two of my polls. It never won, but I do want to watch it at some point, so I'm gonna skip this. Because yeah, as I said, it's a Gen Nobuchi show that I want to watch at some point, and I heard really good things about it, so I'm just gonna skip that. And I saw what the next one's gonna be because of the what's it called, guide here at the bottom.
All
So
noise
timestamp.
distracting you from the one thing that truly matters. Vibes. There are moments in anime that leave an imprint on me because, simply, the vibe was immaculate. A culmination of the aesthetic, the music,
Oh,
the mood,
Hoseki no
the
Kuni,
atmosphere, all
my
coming
boy.
together to form an experience that's
I'm currently watching it on the
even
channel.
if you don't fully understand why. And no scene encapsulates this more perfectly than the motorbike scene from Terror in Resonance.
Wait, before he goes into this, let me just say this. I watched Terror in Resonance, Zankyou no Terror. I don't remember anything from it. Like, legit, I was pretty young when I watched it, so I did not pay attention to the music. I know it's music by Yoko Kanno, and, like, the OST is, like, one of the things that's the people talk about the most when they talk about this anime. I did not pay attention to the music when I first watched it, so I don't remember it. I feel like if I rewatched it, I would definitely find a new appreciation for it. But, I mean, I liked it when I watched it. I was like, oh, these are hackers and terrorists. That's actually kind of cool. And that's about all I remember. So I feel like this is going to be a new scene for me.
Episode 4. Shinichiro Watanabe is no stranger to vibes. Kids on the Slope has my favorite music performance.
Shinichiro Watanabe? It's Shinichiro Watanabe who directed Zankyou no Terror. I did not know that. Okay, he has a new anime coming out in spring. Wait, is it spring? Yeah, now in like a few days, or like maybe it's already out by the time you're watching this. Lazarus, right? I'm gonna be watching that on the channel as well. It's gonna be my first
Cowboy Bebop was iconic in just
Watanabe
about every single aspect.
anime.
Samurai Champloo
Actually,
has
second after
popularized an
Zankyou no Terror.
entire genre of music that is still a part of pop culture today. If there was a CEO of vibes, this man would be it. And yet, I still think the unique atmosphere he crafted in Terror in Resonance remains unmatched. This series, in my opinion, has the best soundtrack in anime. bar none. Every track is a chilling
Big
experience
words.
that pierces the soul. Icelandic songs that can soothe the flames of hell, and he puts it with an anime about blowing up buildings and setting the world on fire. Never before has destruction been so serene. Chaos so calming. It is goddamn beautiful. Was the writing perfect? No. Was it the cleanest execution in the world? No. But there are scenes in this anime that invoke feelings I have yet to experience again to this day.
That's how I
And
felt with
maybe
Made in
never
Abyss,
will. The
especially
final
season 2.
climax, the Ferris wheel scene, and of course, this one. At this point, the main plotline of the episode has just been resolved. Our protagonists have sent the police into a frenzy by dropping a virtual bombshell on the world. No buildings are getting blown up today. The commotion is over. Everyone is given a brief moment to breathe. And then you hear this.
Someone tell me how I got here.
The song starts as the motorbike glides through the dazzling city lights. The girl, still fearful, gripping for her life, decides to open her eyes, and what she is greeted with is pure sensory poetry.
Spirits flying at the speed of light.
This right here, guys.
Wow.
Is it?
Okay, I need to
And
rewatch
I don't
this show.
even know what it is.
I need to rewatch
the
it.
fear, freedom, and beauty of life all captured within a single moment. When she tilts her head and shuts her eyes, what I would give to be at the place she is at for just a second. I think what makes this brief scene one of my favorite in anime is because it so perfectly encapsulates that moment. That moment you get sometimes in your life that feels so perfect, you wish you could capture it and make it last an eternity. When, for the first time in forever, everything feels like it's come together, the bullshit noise gets drowned out, every problem you think you have gets washed away, and for that brief period, everything seems to make sense. You have no fears. No
Is it
worries.
Yoko Kanno?
You are
I believe
just
it's
in the
Yoko
best
Kanno who
place
did
you
the
could
OST,
possibly
right?
be at right now, and you know it. And right then and there, you think to yourself, fuck it. You know what? Everything's gonna be alright.
Oh, wait, that actually looks really good. That actually looks so good. Wait, let me look it up because he didn't mention it, I believe. But I think it's Zankyo no Terror. Let me look it up because I do think that I don't know why in my mind it's Yoko Kanno who did the music. But I could be mistaken on that. Ah, it is Yoko Kanno. Yeah, music, theme song, yeah, composition and arrangement. It is Yoko Kanno. Okay. And Shinichiro Watanabe, the director and the original creator as well. Shinichiro Watanabe. So yeah, as I said, first of all, let me say this, banger of a video, of course, as always. Go and check it out, the original one. But as I said, I did watch this. I do not remember anything about it apart from terrorists and programmers. But I do need to rewatch it then because I didn't really pay attention to the OST because I was like a bit too young at that point, I feel like. When did this come out, actually? I think it's it's 2014, so it's over 10 years ago. Wait, I was gonna say something else about it. Oh yeah, this is the only Shinichiro Watanabe anime that I've seen then. I still have yet to watch stuff like Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, Kids on the Slope, which is one that I actually really want to watch. It looks really, really fun. And obviously there's gonna be Lazarus coming out like in a few days from today that I'm recording this. So I'm excited for that as well. But which is gonna be by Studio Mappa, and obviously, yeah, Shinichiro Watanabe is gonna be the original creator and director of it. So I'm excited for it. But yeah, so interesting. I need to rewatch a lot of these. That's basically my main takeaway of this. And also I need to watch the English dub of Black Lagoon. Let me know if I heard people saying that Black Lagoon doesn't really hold up as well nowadays, that the animation is very much outdated and like kind of like a PowerPoint presentation at times, which I mean, I don't mind too much, but I did hear that it is a bit outdated. I mean, it makes sense. It's like 20 years old, right? So it makes sense, but I wonder. I do want to watch it at some point. It's a very iconic anime, right? I feel like a lot of people talk about it still nowadays as like one of the pillars of mid-2000 anime, especially action anime. So I do want to watch it. But what else was there? Death Parade I need to rewatch because I don't remember anything from it. And yeah, I feel like that was, oh, Digimon. I did not watch that movie, but that looks so early 2000 movie. And I actually respect how hard they committed to the entire like online virus thing. Maybe I should watch that as well. I feel like I could make like a cool video about it. Pokemon fan reacts to Digimon movie or something. I feel like that would be fun. Maybe. But anyways, that was a really fun video. As always, Gigguk always delivers like a banger of videos, so this was no exception. It was absolutely fantastic. So I'm excited to see, hopefully we get to see more of these, because I really like him just putting together like a list of things that he really enjoys and he wants to talk about that he thinks are underrated. I feel like that's a really good idea for a video, and maybe I should do something similar as well. I feel like I have so many moments that I want to talk about that are just very much overshadowed by like bigger hyper moments from like bigger anime. So maybe that's a good idea actually. I can see why he would do that. Yeah, actually, you might be onto something here, Mr. Guk. But anyways, I'm gonna end it here. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.